Today I want to talk about expressing your opinion in Dutch using vinden, which means to find, but it's used like I think in English, like I think it's good, or I think he's nice, or I think it's tasty. This type of I think sentences in Dutch is constructed by using the verb vinden, to find. They're basically constructed like this. I'll give you an example. Ik vind appels lekker. Ik vind appels lekker. It means I think apples are tasty. If we translate it word for word, it would be I find apples tasty. So basically what we have, if you look at the structure of the sentence, is after the verb of the sentence, vinden, we have a noun followed by an adjective. The noun being apples and the adjective being lekker, apples and tasty. We can generalize this and make all kinds of sentences following the same pattern. We can say, ik vind mijn buurman aardig. I think my neighbor is nice. Mijn buurman is a noun and aardig is an adjective. Ik vind mijn buurman aardig. Or another example would be, ik vind die winkel goed. I think that shop is good. Or we can negate that and put niet in front of the adjective, giving us, ik vind die winkel niet goed. I think that store is bad or not good. Another example would be, ik vind die man heel aardig. Ik vind die man heel aardig. I think that man is really nice. So we can modify the adjective with an adverb, really, heel. So this is our first construction, ik vind plus a noun phrase plus an adjective. We can also, instead of a noun phrase, of course, use a pronoun. Like, I think it's nice. It is a pronoun. We can do that in Dutch too. So we can say, ik vind het leuk. Ik vind het leuk. I think it's nice. I think it's fun. Ik vind dat moeilijk. Ik vind dat moeilijk. I think that's difficult. Or, ik vind hem knap. Ik vind hem knap. I think he's handsome. In our previous examples, we always had one adjective, sometimes modified by niet to negate it, or sometimes made more specific by adding an adverb. But we can also make it a little more complicated. We can also, for example, add an adjective and a noun phrase. For example, ik vind dat een goed idee. Now we have ik vind, which we always had, dat, which is our pronoun, and then instead of just an adjective, we have a noun phrase with an adjective. So, een goed idee, a good idea. Ik vind dat een goed idee. I think it's a good idea. Or, ik vind hem een slechte leraar. Ik vind hem een slechte leraar. Hem being him, and een slechte leraar, a bad teacher. I think he's a bad teacher. Ik vind hem een slechte leraar. Now go ahead and translate, I think this house is nice. I think this house is nice. The answer is, ik vind dit huis mooi. Ik vind dit huis mooi. Now a little more difficult. I think Google is a good search engine. I think Google is a good search engine. That would be, Ik vind Google een goede zoekmachine. Ik vind Google een goede zoekmachine. Now, if we take it a little further, we can also compare things in this manner. Now, if you already know your comparatives, this is not that difficult. You can do the same thing. You can say, for example, ik vind appels lekkerder dan peren. Ik vind appels lekkerder dan peren. That would be, I think apples are tastier than pears. We have the same thing. Ik vind appels lekker. I think apples are nice. Now instead of lekker, we use the comparative. Lekkerder. Tastier. Better. Dus ik vind appels lekkerder. And then we add dan to compare it to another noun. Ik vind appels lekkerder dan peren. I think apples are tastier than pears. Of, ik vind haar aardiger dan hem. Ik vind haar aardiger dan hem. I think she is nicer than him. Now if I just wanted to say, I think she's nice, ik vind haar aardig. Now instead of aardig, we use the comparative. Aardiger. Ik vind haar aardiger dan hem. Another example. Ik vind Utrecht gezelliger dan Amsterdam. Ik vind Utrecht gezelliger dan Amsterdam. I think the city of Utrecht is nicer than Amsterdam. I really do. Sorry. Ik vind Utrecht gezelliger dan Amsterdam. Now we can make this much more complicated if you want. Ik vind het weer in de zomer aangenamer dan in de herfst. Ik vind het weer in de zomer aangenamer dan in de herfst. That would be, I think the weather in summer is nicer than in autumn. Ik vind het weer in de zomer aangenamer dan in de herfst. So here too we're comparing two things. The weather in summer and the weather in fall or autumn. Het weer in de zomer is one noun phrase, and het weer in de herfst another. Although in the second one we don't repeat het weer because it's already clear. So you can make this as difficult as you want, or really simple. So how would you say, I think this house is nicer than that one? Ik vind dit huis mooier dan dat huis. Or I think this brand is better than that brand. Brand being merk. Merk. How would you say that? Ik vind dit merk beter dan dat merk. How would you say, I think Dutch is easy? Ik vind Nederlands gemakkelijk. Ik vind Nederlands gemakkelijk. Or the contrary, ik vind Nederlands moeilijk. Or, as we saw, rather than an adjective, we can use an adjective inside a noun phrase. Ik vind Nederlands een moeilijke taal. Ik vind Nederlands een moeilijke taal. If you already know the construction om te, you can add that at the end of your sentence. Like, do as before and then start your om te construction. Like, ik vind dit huis mooi om te zien. Ik vind dit huis mooi. I think this house is nice. Om te zien. To see. Or, ik vind appels lekker om te eten. I think apples are nice to eat. Or I think it is difficult to do. How would you say that? I think it is difficult to do. Ik vind het moeilijk om te doen. Ik vind het moeilijk om te doen. I think it is difficult to do. But in fact, it's pretty easy once you get a hang of it. It's a little bit different from English. Well, not really all that different though. So I hope this was useful to you, and make a request below and tell me what other structures you'd like to practice. And if you don't know the name of them, just give me some examples in English or another language and I'll try to figure it out. Okay, bye bye, thank you for watching.